I am glad I didn't throw these away because these were heading to the garbage because the ear pads were completely disintegrating and it was leaving this vinyl all over my face, and I was just so frustrated. And so I was able to completely change out the ear pads, and now these Beats look brand new. These are Beats Studio Wireless 3, and it took me about 10 minutes because I really struggled with getting one of the sides off. One came off completely easily and the other one was a little bit more difficult. But I'm going to show you how I took them off step by step and replaced them with these ear pads. So if yours are looking like trash and you want them to be like brand new, check out this video. So we get 2 brand new ear pads, an alcohol wipe, and a tool to help get these ear pads off. Now I'm going to speed this up because this took me about 5 to 7 minutes to get them off completely. So you're going to start by using that middle tool to get underneath the ear pad, and there's a metal piece underneath the foam part, and that's what you want to take off. You can see here that I'm actually not getting that part exactly, and so I made a mistake, and this actually I've seen happens quite a bit. And so I'm trying to get the metal portion off and just having a really hard time. And so I take off the foam part completely, and then I'm just going to go to the right side, get that one off, and come back to the left side. So now I'm starting again, and now I know I need to get under the actual metal piece. And so I'm going to use that tool to just dig in a little bit harder. And there is a double-sided tape that's holding on the metal piece. And so that's where you really want to get behind. And you'll notice right when you start to pry that metal piece off, you'll hear some of the tape pulling, and it might sound like it's breaking, but it's not. So you can see that it looks a lot cleaner, and you can see that metal portion that I took off. So now that I had a really good idea of what I was actually trying to do, I was able to go back to the other side and get that metal piece off, again using that same tool. You just need to get it in a portion, and then once you do, it'll help you to really just pop off that piece. Once you have both of the pieces off, you're ready to move on to the installation part. Right before you do that, you want to get the alcohol wipe that was provided, and you're going to wipe off the metal part that's left. That's the actual part of the Beats that stayed there, that's underneath the ear pads. And so you're going to clean off any residue or stickiness that's left on there. Once they're all cleaned off, you're going to go ahead and get the new ear pads, and you want to make sure that you line up the one that has the charging port, and that's going to be the one you'll notice the little cutout on the bottom of the ear pad. And then there's little notches, and you're going to line up those notches, and that's how you're going to know that that's in the exact right position. And then once you do that, you're going to hold it down. You want to make sure that that double-sided tape is nice and connected. And then you're going to go ahead and move on to the next one. And so with the other side, there's no spot for the charging port, but you do want to make sure that you have the top and the bottom correct. And again, you're going to do that by lining up the notches. And so once you do that, again, you're just going to hold it down nice and firm. And you can see already these look so much better. And I was really happy with the way that these turned out. The new ear pads are nice and squishy. I no longer have them disintegrating and getting that vinyl everywhere. And so it took me less than 10 minutes, and I was able to completely transform these Beats into basically brand new.